The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set, 8, read. Check, 53's mine. 65, 52.
They'll throw on first down with Marino. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! 53 to Mike. 53, check 53. Hustle, hustle. Pick it up, D. Hard, hard.
Now it's Marino. Going to the right side here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. On first down, McFarland. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
We go. 18 Gator. Go.
On 1st and 10, Bledsoe. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Bledsoe, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the 2nd time they've gone to him here in this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Bravo. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I'm coming after you. 53 to Mike. 5. Come on. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 3.
To throw again. Bledsoe. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Alert 3.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And an alley to run. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Buddy up. 53 is the mic. Exit. Kill.
On 1st down, McFarland. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a give right side. McFarland. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Marino. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Number 53, Mike 53. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey, orbit. 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike, 53. Go.
Throwing again. Bledsoe. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46.
You're not ready. You're not ready. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Time to go. Hey, echo. 57's the Mike. Go.
Showed up.
From the gun, Bledsoe. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Delta. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. Let's go, D. 80 weapon. Yes. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
To throw again. Bledsoe. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Hey, Foxtrot. 53, Mike. 53 to Mike. 53, check 53.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell.
Hey, Zoo. 53 to Mike. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Bledsoe. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Fielded just inside the 20. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd and 7, Marino. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go.
18 Gator. X3. 218. Chop it. Rock it.
SOS. Check 26.
Go.
He's crashing.
Hey. High 7.
Mike 27. Bring it.
Now Marino operating with 3rd and long. Now Marino coughs it up. He lost the football. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry youth. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
From the gun, Sharp. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the
and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Blue draw Porker. Switch, switch, switch. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Right back to him on first down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
You don't want no problem with me.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll try the left side. McFarland. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, this is a 3 plays, 3 first downs.
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on first down. McFarland. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go, go, go. Watch it. Get it.
On 2nd and 9, Marino. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Check. Check.
Ready.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Let him know, let him know.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off. off on first down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 12-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Matchbox lights. Step.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Bryant has it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
8, read.
Just warm up. Bang, 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 bang. Slam, slam, slam.
General West. Hey, exit.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Here we go.
Deep grip.
Here's Marino. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. It's the fullback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanted.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Man, I got you.
Stepping up, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Their mobile quarterback, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The extra point up and good, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Hey.
Throwing on 1st down. Bledsoe. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. A good pickup there at 22.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way that pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Bledsoe. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
On the catch, it's Crowder. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, Echo.
54.
From the gun, Bledsoe. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Marino to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Wide, get wide.
Greystone travel.
27, Mike 27.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Yo.
From the shotgun, Marino. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there on the option. 54 yards on the ground. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Here I come.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You got nothing.
X3, 218, chop it.
Kill.
This time Marino will throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep. Switch.
Hey, Sam on. Hey, Delta.
Check Mike 27. I got it. Mike 27. Let's go.
Marino here from the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bledsoe. That'll be taken in by Anderson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw. Bledsoe. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, New York.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, team.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Bledsoe. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bledsoe. This one caught by Crowder. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st down, Bledsoe. And he's got it complete to Anderson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Hey, exit.
53, Mike. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 53 to Mike, 53, check 53. Hey, man.
Go. Now.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot in this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Look at me. Door. 27. You're trapped.
From the gun on 3rd down is Marino. And going deep for Hill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Throwing again. Bledsoe. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
70, Indy. Hey, Orbit. Jumper. You draw forfeit.
On 1st and 10, Bledsoe. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Get it.
2nd and 5. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
53, Mike.
Ready?
From the gun, Bledsoe. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 11th touchdown of the year. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
They've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, and give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Throwing here, Marino. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Going long for Coates. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Look at me, zipper. Go.
Now a give, right side. McFarland, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
53. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Pilot, 64.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check. Hey, lock it.
25. Check 25.
Hey. Move. Hey, Delta.
Kill. Check 3.
Leo. Get it.
Marino sets up. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A partner, a great game that we got have to see it, making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Arizona, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So